What the fuck are you guys listening to? What's wrong with you? I step away for like 5 minutes to brush my teeth and take a shit. And I come back to fucking, like, the haggis. Let me get comfortable in this chair. Gamers, it's Saturday, I think. 9 p.m.-ish. Gonna work more on the game. Thoughts on Sean Connery? I don't know what he does. Oh no, I tried to take a shit, but nothing came out, so it was a complete failure. Why am I brushing my teeth this early before bed? What do you mean? I go to bed, like, right after I turn the stream off. Okay, so... I should get the computer on. I should get the fucking computer on. One way or another, let's see. Oh, good. It's actually working. So last week, we put the Fat Albert boss on ice, because the only way we're going to be able to finish that boss without the persistent crash is if I sit down, rip all the code out, and recode the boss from scratch. And that's not something I'm going to do on stream, because it's not going to be fun to watch. It's just retreading well-treaded territory, you know? So we're not doing that. So instead, we started work on the next stage. But we immediately hit a snag in the genre, because I decided to try and see if I could shoehorn in a 4-directional scrolling kind of overhead-ish game. You ordered a new battery for your Sony Mavic floppy camera. That's pretty rad. Yeah, I decided to see if I could shoehorn in a 4-directional scrolling game into an engine that doesn't support scrolling, and immediately start running into all sorts of issues. Bear with me a second.
Welcome to Windows 98. Why are you still using Windows 98? What is wrong with you? Stop buying computers from thrift stores, man!
Sorry, the legged one mentioned Sony Mavic. Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? What am I stuck on? Unstick me. Oh, right. All the shit that I moved. The leg one mentioned the Sony. Why am I so stuck? Sony Mavic. I have right here. This is a thrift store pickup from years ago. This is a Sony Mavic. I don't know where the model number is. MVC FD83. I've never used this because I didn't have a battery when I picked it up, but it's here. It's got the strap. It's got all the things. Neat thing about this, and I don't have one on me to show you, but this does not. I can't take pictures because I don't have the battery. Well, I mean, technically, I think there's a battery in here, but it's not going to work. The neat thing about the Sony Mavic is this doesn't take pictures onto film, and I can't demonstrate to you right now because I don't have the media on me. You see this slot here? You see this? You know what goes in there? A floppy disk. This takes photographs and saves them directly onto floppy disks. Sorry, I'm wiping the screen on it a little bit. Don't know if this works, because like I said, I never charged it. Oh, there is an old battery in here, which of course I'm not going to fucking try to charge. Is this lithium ion? Yep, lithium ion, so I'm not going to try to charge it, because obviously this shit is not going to be suitable for work. Like, immediately if I charge it, it's going to start taking its tits out, so I'm not going to be doing that. But yeah, Sony Mavicas are neat. Now I have to put all my shit away. I dug like 4 boxes out from under my bed just to dig out the Sony Mavica, so hold on, let me put this away. Oh man.
No, keep your lens cap on. Fuckhead. Alright. All zipped up. Back under the bed with you. Get the fuck in there. Okay.
All right. Got my ducks in a row, and god damn it, who keeps getting smudges on my glasses? All right. Let's try and get this guy functional. Where's my shit? Okay, yeah, so last time we tried to start working on a 4-way directional curmudgeon whatever, and immediately started running into issues because this obviously Click and Play is not meant to do any sort of scrolling. Good old 35%. So, right, I plopped in some code to that shit. Pausing the music for just a few seconds so I have a sample of the background noise to remove in a month or whenever I catch up with the fucking archive channel uploads. Yeah, so we got something kind of like this working, but immediately the issue starts being active objects. You know? Like, active objects, we're gonna... Like, this is gonna be a huge fuck to do. Because we're gonna run into problems with active objects running out. Okay. We're either going to run out of active objects, or we're going to run out of events. Something's going to happen. So, but here's the thing. I don't know what else to make. Because at this point, we can either fall back to Click and Play's intended genres of single-screen platformers, which we already have 3 of. A single-screen, you know, overhead, 8-directional moving thing, which we have 2 of. Or we could make another overhead vertical shooter, which I don't want to do, after all that. So the more I thought about it, the more I think we kind of do have to see if we can fucking make this work. Because what... Because otherwise, this is gonna suck. So I have some ideas that we have to try. We're gonna try some ideas today. Just to see what we can come up with. Okay, so let's have this counter show us the total number of active objects. Okay, so... Don't repeat the complications of the system stages. If this has the potential of being the most complicated stage we've done. Alright. So, ideas. These are my ideas here. a center screen, window, whatever you want to call it, with Bubba right here in the center. What we could do, Bubba, the visible Bubba could be a, in fact, let me not show you in paint, let me show you in here. Bubba here could just kind of be what we're looking at, but then what we do is down, yeah, there he is. Down below, off screen, we have the real Bubba, who serves as a stand-in. No, the Bubba we're looking at is the stand-in. The real Bubba is down here. He's moving around off screen where there's a bunch of background objects that serve as obstacles. He's moving around off screen, and the Bubba up here kind of matches his movements. So we have an entire, like, stage off screen. We have with a Bubba moving around there that tells more or less this Bubba how to move. And then up here, what we can do is each screen's worth of stage, like visuals, like the collisions. Oh god, I'm so bad at describing this. The collision detection will be taking place off screen with background objects. On screen, we will represent the actual stage with 640 by 480 single screen sized, more or less screenshots of the background of what the stage looks like. While the actual collision happens off stage. I don't really know how to describe it that well, but we need to start experimenting with this, otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate the level. I don't think we really need to preserve this level, but I'm going to duplicate it anyway, just in case. And we're going to work on this one. Okay, so no worries about fucking shit up. I am going to get rid of these bumpers. I can click on them, come on. Single pixels. Get rid of the bumpers. Get rid of these active objects. We'll leave those counters there for now. We'll leave most of this here. Now let's check our events. Okay, that's doing whatever it's doing. So right now, basically nothing happens. There's 2 active objects? I only see Bubba. Oh, right, I have a buttons thing acting as an active object, which we'll leave that as is for now. In fact, we're getting rid of basically everything. We're starting fresh in this experiment we're working on here. Okay, see, no events. 1 event, start of level. Okay. So, fresh screen, literally just an active Bubba. Okay, so we're going to have, he is 69, nice, by 108, which is interesting. Let's name him Visual Bubba. Alright? Then, down here, actual Bubba. He doesn't really need to be positioned precisely, but just for my own tism, I want him to be positioned precisely. 640, 320, 480, 240. Let me just use this to help me kind of position him precisely down here. Alright. I believe that's centered. Let me check. Yeah, okay, so he's centered exactly one screen below here. Okay, good. So we have visual Bubba and actual Bubba. So, just to demonstrate what I mean, visual Bubba is just going to sit there. I'm going to give actual Bubba movement. Right now I'm just going to give him the basic 8-direction movement. Once we actually do what we're doing, we're probably going to give him just a simple, basic kind of manually coded movement. But for now, let's just give him this. Moves a little too fast. We're going to want him to be pretty slow. Not that slow. Okay, that's a good start. Okay, so right now if I hold up, eventually we're going to see actual Bubba appear on screen. Yep, there he is. The two Bubbas. Okay. It's just to help me differentiate between them. There we go. Okay, so down here we're going to place some just some fucking barriers to block Bubba. And these are obstacles. And just a simple setup. When he collides with the backdrop, he'll stop. So now, if I hold up, Bubba should not be able to reach us because there's a wall in the way. And he can't reach us. But if I try to hook him around... try to imagine where he is right now. I think he should be... well, I can't see him to hook him around, but the point is he can't move up here. Now, in addition to this, we need the representation of the stage's backgrounds up here. So let's get some stand-ins, just some temporary stand-ins, just to kind of show you what I mean. When I'm talking about, like, stand-ins and stuff. Okay. Center the hotspot. Well, center. There's no real center to 32 by 32. But I know what I mean. Is that correct? I think that's the center of the screen, right? Yeah, it's the center. Okay. I'm just gonna call this marker for now, just as a test. I'm actually gonna draw a number on it, just to kind of try and demonstrate what I'm trying to do here. This will be marker number 2. Okay. You know what? I really should stop deleting my little chunk of a background that I'm using to like size things out, because it's really helpful. Okay. Right, so let's position the marker over here. Put the hotspot in the center, right? I did. And this is 320, 240. It's not exactly positioning it by hotspots, positioning it by the visual, I think. Just kind of weird. Okay, no problem. We'll just adjust our snapping. Shrink it down a little so that I can do one of these. There we go. Okay. So those are both centered now. I'm just gonna store one of these off screen so I have it if I need it. Okay. So those markers are there. Now I need these, so when I move actual Bubba down here to the right, I need these markers to move to the left. So how do we best do that? We need to get Bubba's position from the previous frame and compare it with his position in the new frame. So let's use some counters for this because I'm afraid of using active objects right now. Last frame X. And last frame Y. Alright, so where's my always? Always set X to actual Bubba's X coordinate and set last frame Y to actual Bubba's Y coordinate. Okay. And this always we have to try and maintain at the bottom of the list of events. Then we want another always that's going to kick off first. So that's where we do the comparison. So last frame finished, and Bubba's last coordinates are stored in X and Y. The frame has started. There's a differential. That we're going to apply to the markers. So let's set its X position to... Well, no, we want to get the intended X and Y that they're going to move. The difference between the last frame and the new frame. And I really wish counters could store a list of numbers. Last X, last Y. X movement. Y. Okay, so So we will set X movement to actual Bubba's new X coordinate minus his previous X coordinate. And same thing for Y, but for Bubba's Y position. Alright, so that should now hold the difference in movement. Okay. Then we'll have a new always right under that. Now that that's been set, we will set the position of the marker. Set X coordinate to current X coordinate. It's either going to be minus or plus, I don't know. We'll figure it out. To the value of X movement. Same thing for Y. Y coordinate to current Y coordinate minus Y movement. Okay, let's save and see what this does. It's gone. Why is it gone? So we're sending the counter to okay, so at the start of a new frame, it's getting set to actual Bubba's X position minus 0, which means it's getting set to a huge number. So that makes sense why it disappeared. So at the start of the level, we want to set this to some defaults. So let's actually set that to Bubba's X position. Oops. And Bubba's... No, the last frame, not the current one. And Bubba's Y position. That way it doesn't start with an invalid value. There, okay, so it did run away. So I'm going to try holding right. I'm going to see what happens to this cube. It's exactly what I want it to happen. I'm moving to the right, and then the other one becomes visible. Okay. Now, I'm going to move upward, and at some point that little 1 marker is going to stop because Bubba, actual Bubba, is going to run into that wall we built. So let's see. Yes, see? He stopped because we're running into the wall. So we are translating the movement of actual Bubba, down below us, to this Bubba right here. Okay, so far, so good. We have a little proof of concept going on here. Okay. Good. That's a start. You're curious how this is going to work? I'm also curious, because I have no idea if this is actually going to work. So my plan is... Okay, this cube represents the visible frame that we can see. My plan is to create... Okay, this is the little visual marker which is going to represent the visual part of the stage. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9 visual markers. And the reason we have to have 9 is because if the playable area right here... Well, the playable area is not going to move. Everything around it is going to move. But if all these cubes move like this, you get in situations where you can see 4 screens at once because you're on the border of it. So you need 9 kind of minimum to account for every direction. Because it's not just going to be the little center, these little cubes in the middle that you see. You're going to see something the equivalent of an entire screen's worth of visual. And this screen, the visual part, could overlap 4 screens at once. You see how we're seeing the corner intersection of these 4 screens. So technically we really only need 4 visible at once, but we have to take into account which direction Bubba is moving. 9 would be a little simpler. But really there's only ever 4 screens visible at once. But 9 makes it a little easier because you can kind of do the code a little bit more straightforward. So my idea is we have these 9 cubes, and as we go, they get moved. And at some point, the leftmost ones zips over to the other side to become the rightmost ones. Zip. Zip. So we can scroll for maybe 5 or so screens. I don't know. 1, 2. How do the directions work again? Okay, so 0 is to the right and leftwards counting upward. Okay, so to the right we're seeing this 1 should actually be a 0 if we want to be correct with the identifier. So that's screen 0. This is going to be screen 1. In practice, these are all going to be 640 by 480 images, not 32 by 32 images. Two, 3, 4, 5. This is boring, but we need to be able to see the data when we're coding to know which screen we're displaying so that we can kind of understand exactly what we're doing. That's the shittiest 8 of all time, but it gets across. 8. Funny 9. Silly 10. Nasty 11. Revolting 12. Disgusting 13. Fucked up 14. Debilitating 15. Shitted up 16. That's just a regular 17. Let's just keep going until we have every direction marked. I really don't think we're going to have 32 screens. Probably 25 to represent a 5x5 grid, I think. But let me just draw these anyway, just for the sake of code. Bottom's 24. And almost done. Almost done. Here we go. Alright, so all the possible directions are in. Obviously, the default direction is going to be 0. Okay, so these markers kind of move in relation to actual Bubba down there. We need these markers to figure out what number they are in relation to actual Bubba's position. So if actual Bubba is standing in the top left corner of the map, which is, you know, within that 640 by 480 space, but shifted downwards. So it's actually in the 640 by greater than 480, less than 480 twice. Then it's space 0. If he's over here, it's space 1. So what we can do for that is we get... Okay. So it's going to kind of be a fucked up array, a matrix, a grid in a system that doesn't support arrays, matrices, or grids. So if it's in that first segment, it's ID 0. It's over here, it's 1. Blah, blah, blah. So, to do that programmatically, we get its position, and we have to kind of squash it down. So if it's between... So left to right, if its x position is between 0 and 640, we have to turn that into 1. And I think we can do that using just simple division or modulus or something. So, for example... Let's get the calculator open here. Anytime now, Windows 98. Okay, so... halfway between 640 is 320. So 320 divided by 640 equals half, which makes sense. 0 divided by 640 is nothing. But anyway, if you get something greater than 640, you say 641 divided by 640. Then you get a number greater than 1. Is modulo allowed in Click and Play? Thank fuck it is, because it is. They just, like, Click and Play is missing a lot of shit. I'm glad someone put modulo in, because otherwise this shit would not work. So, let's see. So, if marker... So we want to set values, actually. So, let's see. Okay, so, value. Set A to X position. Okay, let's try this first. X position divided by 640. And then I need to be able to see the output of that. So let's get a... counter. A visible counter so I can see it. Okay. I'm going to piggyback onto the last always so it gets new data. So I'm going to set that counter to... You have more than one marker on screen. It's going to make it a little difficult. Let me temporarily delete this second marker, so we're just working with one marker. Okay. Set counter to value A of the marker. Okay, that's all in place. Let's save and see what this does. Right now it's 0. And I believe if I move it... If I move to the left, so this is off screen, it should become 1. It does. Good. 0, 1. If I keep going, it's either going to become 2 or nothing is going to happen because it's going to go off screen and despawn. Which is fine. I think we can fix that by stretching the frame out. Let's see. Okay. It despawned because there's no frame over there. So let's try to compensate for that. We'll go to level setup and we'll change the play area to 1280, which is twice 640. So there should be more valid play area now. So hopefully we'll see it too. We did. So now it knows which grid it's in. Let's also move... Not move. Let's set the play area double in the other direction as well. Siri, what's 480 times 2?
480 times 2 is 960.
I knew that. Alright. Alright, so we will also set value B to Y position divided by 480. Good. So now value A will show its position going from left to right in the grid, and value B will show its position going top to bottom in the grid. What's the point of a larger play area if the screen is locked to one location? I have no idea. My assumption is that while they were developing Click and Play, they intended to have scrolling, but for one reason or another, they decided against it. That's the only reason I can think of for them allowing a play area larger than the screen. Because otherwise it makes zero sense why they allow you to do that. Okay, so A is the X slot, B is the Y slot. Now we also want to kind of flatten the the array so that we also get a unique identifier. Say we have a 5x5. Say the stage is 5 screens horizontal, 5 screens vertical. That doesn't sound very big, but let's start with that. So we want each slot in that grid to have its own unique slot. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 9, 10. Each thing gets its unique identifier. So we need to do just a quick, simple kind of math for that. Just see what kind of formula I can use. Let me look something up real quick. Yeah, we're doing Click and Play, Appa boy. We're doing way more than we should be doing, but we're trying. I'm looking up like a formula for something that I have to do with math. So bear with me while I look this up. Okay, so we take its position in the row, multiply it by the width of the grid, and then we add its position in the column. And that's how we're going to get the value C. So let's change this. I now want to see what value C is going to be of this, so that I know I'm doing the math right. And value C. This could be complicated because it's multiple math steps, and Click and Play is shit at math. So we're going to set value C to value A times 5 plus value B. Now this could very easily not work. So let's see what happens. Okay, it's 0 right now. When we move it off to the right, it should become 1. It became 5. That's not what we want. What happens if I take it in the other direction? Right, I have blocks blocking this off. Okay, let me temporarily remove some of these blocks to see if we can verify it. And there it became 1. I think we mixed up the row and column thing. Yeah, that's what we did. We misplaced 2 of the things here. So we have to swap B and A, and then we should have what I actually want. Think that's gonna do it the way I want. Okay, so it should become 1. It did. It did. And then it should become 5. Good. So we have identifiers now. See how it became that number? Because we scrolled it off to an invalid location. Good. Okay. So I'm also, so after that is set, I'm going to set its direction to value C. That way it should show us the number of its grid. Of course, we're only going to see 0 right now because we only have 1. But if we had multiple ones, we'd see more. Okay. So let's create another marker off screen. So start of level, we're going to create another marker at half of 480 is 240. Hey Siri, what's 640 plus 320?
640 plus 320 is 960.
I should have known that. Okay. So that should create one right there in the center of the next screen, I think. Okay, so theoretically, if we move in that direction, we should see another guy. Just gotta go this way. This number right up there is probably going to become nonsense, but let's see. We should see another green screen, another green square come on screen to the right, and hopefully it's going to show the number 1 on it. Showing 0, which is not ideal, but it did at least move the way it's supposed to. Okay, so why? Yeah, they're all here. Interesting. Interesting. Why is that new green square not showing the number 1 on it? Okay, I need a visual indicator. So let me just get. Let's do this. You see this funny gangster? If value C of this block equals 1, then it is going to shoot an object, a gangster, upward. And if gangster is outside of the play area, he gets destroyed. Okay. So if value C of one of these guys equals 1, it's going to start shooting a gangster. Now I understand. Now I understand. See how it's shooting the gangster? As soon as it enters on screen, the center, the very center of this block, it becomes 0. Okay, I think I know what's wrong. I'm getting confused with the logic. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to. But my logic is not following what I need. Because any square that enters the visible area is going to be square 0. But that's not what we need. We need it to be the next one. Okay, so how do I do this? I lost the plot here. I very much lost the plot. My code is working. But I've lost the plot. So what I really need, I don't need to determine its position relative to the screen. I need to determine... it's really hard to make the logic work for this. So whenever one of these grid objects moves into the visible area, it needs to become... Okay. This one right here that shows 0, that is correct. The one that's coming in, I need it to be 1. So when one of these grid objects, there's going to be 9 of them. One in the middle of the screen, one above the screen, one below the screen, one to the left of the screen, one to the right of the screen, one to the top left, one to the top right, one to the bottom left, one to the bottom right. Whenever one of these 9 green cubes passes the rightmost line of the screen, that point that is the 640 by 480 image, passes that 640 threshold, it needs to have its X position in the array incremented. Which makes sense. But this is a matter of making the code make sense. And it needs to actually be more than 640 by 480, because when you think about it, each screen of stage is going to be 640 by 480, with the center point set in the middle. If we don't change the ID of that screen until that center point passes 640, then that screen is going to be halfway visible before it changes to the one it's supposed to be. So actually, it has to look for a number a little beyond 640. That's besides the point. We still need a method. So is this just going to be as simple as just testing its position here? Okay, 640 plus half of it is 960. Okay, so let's do a little test thing here. Okay, this thing where we set A and B relative to this division, let's get rid of that. We're going to keep what C is doing and the position and the direction of it. So, if marker, if its X position is less than 960, and this might be the important part, we only want this to happen once when the event loops. Then we add 1 to A. So I believe if I start the level right now, our pretty little 0 is going to immediately become 1, which is not actually what we want, but let's just see. Yeah, it became 1, which is not what we want, but still. I believe this next one is also going to become 1, which is not really what we want, but no, it stays 0. How about now? Interesting. Okay, now I know why this one isn't changing, because this one is still in the process of changing, technically. Its X position is less than 960. So the code that's telling it not to rerun the event if it's looping every frame, it's triggering that do not repeat the event of its looping frame. So it's not ever doing it. So we need to wait for this event to kick off, but only once. Without really getting too stinky. Enters when it enters. This is not the part that should be tripping me up. Like, this part should be a lot simpler. Okay, part of the reason I'm having trouble with this is because... Well, of course, because Click and Play is not meant to do this, but I'm trying to keep a low amount of active objects. So I'm trying to stick to these 9 squares that are going to represent the visual stage. But alternatively, if I'm only going to make a stage that's 5 screens wide by 5 screens tall. That's if each of those objects just exist, then that's 25 active objects as opposed to 9, which is a lot only because of Click and Play's limitations, but I'm worried that it's too much. Okay, we need to do some quick math here. Right, so, Click and Play's active object limit is 255 active object. That's the max number of active objects you can have. So, our stage. If our stage is a 5 by 5 screen stage, which sounds pretty small, and it kind of is, but if it is, then if each of those screens we just allow to exist instead of trying to go through the code nightmare of making it only 9, then that's 25 objects, because 5 times 5 is 25. That's 25 objects reserved just for that. Let's talk some more objects. 2 for Bubba. 1 actual, 1 fake. In order to have him be able to jump, okay, if we end up giving him like a handmade like physics instead of using the built-in 8-directional movement, and we're going to have to want him to jump properly, he's going to need bumpers. So top bumper, bottom bumper, left bumper, right bumper. 4 bumpers. He's going to need 2 shadow objects. 1 real, 1 fake. The reason we need shadows is because if he jumps, he needs to have a shadow to show where he actually is in the X and Y position. He needs a visual shadow. And he's probably also going to need a collision shadow that we're using with the actual bubble that's off screen. You know? Because making jumps in pseudo 3Ds is complicated. Okay. We're going to need... Now remember, built-in counters in Click and Play show behind active objects. And since the entire stage is going to be active objects, in order to make the counters visible, those counters are going to need to be active objects themselves, unfortunately. And that sucks. A lot. So, 1 for the health counter, 1 for the life counter, 2 for the, I'm going to call it McChicken right now because we haven't picked the object. It's probably going to be TP. 2 for the McChicken counter because we need 1 for the name McChicken and another 1 for the actual number. We're probably going to have... Okay, wait. 1 for you died because we have that you died sign. 2 for a coin counter, or it's going to be whatever the equivalent of the music notes are from Banjo-Kazooie. And this could go up depending on what we do. So far, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. 40 objects so far out of our 255 limit. We're gonna need some persistent objects. I want one of the McChickens, which is probably gonna be toilet paper, I don't know, to be rewarded for collecting 100 coins. Now like you have the 100 coin star in Mario 64. You have the reward for getting all the music notes in the stage in Banjo-Kazooie. So each of those coins have to be their own object that's kept track of, which unfortunately, that's the biggest active object dump that's going to be here, because we need 100 active objects for the coins. That's the biggest problem. So hold on, let me tally this up so far. So 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 34, okay. 40 so far. Okay, and then 100 collectible coins. That takes us to 140 active objects used up so far out of our 255 active object limit. Okay. Then we have to consider other active objects that we're going to need in designing the stage. So, thankfully, collision, like wall collision, is going to be taken care of by background objects. Backdrop objects. Those red blocks we have blocking Bubba from moving, those are backdrop objects. Those don't count against our active object limit. But if we want a block for Bubba to overlap with that does something else, that can't be a backdrop object. Backdrop objects can only either be backdrops, obstacles, platforms, which when you use the built-in platform engine in Klik and Play lets you jump through the bottom and then stand on the top, or they can be ladders, which if you use the built-in platform engine, you can climb it up and down like a really poorly coded ladder. There's unfortunately no ability in the events to say if player is overlapping a ladder. There's no way to detect if you're overlapping a ladder in events, which sucks, because that would be extremely useful to have a secondary collision type that we can detect in events. So, if we're going to have Bubba be able to jump in the stages, and we want there to be gaps that he can fall down, then those gaps need to be in the little collision area off screen as active objects. In addition to that, anything else that we want to be persistent is going to need to be an active object. So we have 25 possible screens. We've used up 140 objects so far. So let's say 255 minus 140. That's 115 active objects left. If we divide 115 by the 25 screens, 4.6. If we do that, then we can have a maximum of 4 additional active objects on each of our 25 screens. Which is not a lot of objects. It's not great. That means each screen could theoretically have... Oh, man. Why is there an object per screen? Because we need to visually represent the screen. Because all the collision is actually taking place off-screen, and we have to show it to the player somehow. So after all this is calculated, we would have up to 4 active objects per screen. And this is not taking into account any projectiles that will be visible on screen, any enemies. The enemies would of course fall under the 4 object per screen limit. To be honest, the most difficult part about a 4 object per screen limit would probably be what I was mentioning earlier, the active objects that serve as a collision box to show where Bubba falls down when he's doing jumps. That would be the biggest issue, because that means we're limited. The jumps become a bit limited. But that's the math of the active object breakdown, and that's why, even though I'm pretty sure logically through the events and everything, I think I can logically make a 8-direction scrolling, you know, overhead camera like platformer. I think logically I can make it work within the confines of Klik and Play's events. The active object limit might end up kneecapping us. And that's really the thing about Klik and Play, is it's not any one specific limitation that makes it difficult to make more ambitious games in. It's the... It's this pile of limitations it has. Only 255 active objects per frame. No scrolling. No loops in the events. A nebulous 300-ish, sometimes 400-ish, we're not sure, event limit before the events break. Broken math capabilities. No arrays. No negating checks, like is object not overlapping with something. It's just this build-up of little tiny things it's missing that come together to make it difficult. That's why we're having so much trouble. If any one of those things was not an issue, this would be a lot easier. If we had access to more math, we could set up a better system to handle all these objects. If we had access to more active objects, we wouldn't have to worry about like rationing them out per screen. If we had access to scrolling, then we wouldn't have to make each screen an active object visually and have this secondary collision happening off screen. If we had access to loops, we could probably control and better spawn objects as needed, so we don't have to have 100 collectible coins active and chewing up 100 of our active objects on our 255 active object limit. Like, if any one of those things were different, it becomes easier. But having them all be like this just makes it nightmarish. So with that in mind, we might end up actually having 25 markers. Sorry, I have an itch. Okay. Cat's falling off my lap. Lord. Okay, let's see if... Having said that, let's see if we can even make the stage, like, large enough for this to work. Okay, so... 640 times 5 equals 3,200. 480 times 5 equals 2,400. Okay, good. It seems to support fucking size. Alright. Okay, so now we need to have markers. 25 markers. I suppose this thing we're doing alterable value C has to happen at the start of the level now. But only after B and A have been set. But then we also have to... Okay. Hold up. Let's make sure the markers have been created first. So where is our level objects? Let's make this a full 640 by 480. This is just... This object strictly exists to help me position the cubes here. So let me just get a simple color. But it's not gonna mess up my eyes. Brown's probably fine. Literally only using this just to help me position shit. Oh, that's awful. Of course, this is a pain because I can't just copy and paste a mirror of it. I would just do one of these real quick. This cat is cooking me by sitting in my lap right now. Like, I am burning up. God damn it. Okay. I did the wrong color. There we go. Okay, and this is literally just to help me position shit. Let's get this one off screen. Alright. Okay, I got confused without being able to see it. We're good now. Okay. Oh boy. And just a little bit of... Well, it's gonna help me a little bit to have a line on the side. But I'm not gonna bother with it because it's gonna be annoying to draw. Forget it. I'm just gonna deal with it. Okay. Got some 1. Nice if I could scroll a little better than this. I guess I'm just gonna have to trust that there's 5 of them. Because you cannot smoothly scroll this, unfortunately. It just jumps. Okay, as we go down here, we're going to see the actual stuff, which is annoying, but... It's annoying, but we're going to have to kind of, like, just look at it. Doing all this. Okay. One. Oops, I'm way too low down. There we go. 2. At least this time I'm counting it, so I know if I have 5. 3. 4. Sure that was centered correctly. 5. Okay, good. So it is 5. That's working so far, then. Please forgive the tedious nature of me having to place these markers. It's either this or doing it in code, and I feel like these markers have to exist anyway, so this makes the most sense. Just place them manually. Oops. Alright, and then I think there's 2 more rows, maybe 3. One. 2. Make sure that's lined up correctly. 3. 4. 5. Okay, last row. 1. 2. 3. Oops, a little too far. 4. 5. Okay. All the markers are placed now. The other annoying thing is... Okay, and right now, just right, I didn't get rid of that debug code. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so right now... How did that end up as 1? It doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I move downward, I should also see... Yep. Okay, so we can see the whole grid. That's good. The one annoyance now is... Wait. Okay, I don't know why this is still marked as 1, but it is. I want to test something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so my understanding is, and I could be wrong, but I've been tinkering with collecting products since I was a kid. But okay, the way it works is, you know, the general area is gray, but then you have the stage, which is marked by white with a black border. Okay, and then we have, you know, Bubba over here, and we have the markers over here, etc. My understanding is if an object exists in the white area, then it's safe and it stays loaded. But if an object goes too far out in the gray area, then it gets removed from memory. So my assumption is, since we moved from the left side of the stage all the way to the right, that means those leftmost markers should be deleted now. So I'm going to move back to the left to see if that's the case. So 5, 4. Okay, they are. There was 5, 4, and then the rest went so far off to the left that they got deleted. That's a problem. That's a problem. And this once everything in the white area is fine. Everything off into the gray, too far out, it gets killed. So I'm thinking what we need to do, and this is incredibly annoying, but once one of those markers moves far enough to the left or the top, we need to have it wrap around. Like if it goes too far to the left, we have to wrap it around to the right. If it goes too far to the top, we have to wrap it to the bottom. I'm nervous about doing that because I feel like we're gonna end up with it getting like displaced or unaligned from the stage, but what else can you do? Got this spark and go again. I'm not using that. So let's see. 640. So it's 640 wide. The leftmost side of the screen. Okay, the center part where... Okay, if we're looking at this right now. This green square over Bubba is centered over the center of the screen. So it's at position 320, 240, which is half of 640 by 480. This left wall right here, on the border of the white and the gray, that's X position 0. Okay. So if the X position of this is less than... I'm not sure how low it gets before it gets deleted, to be honest. Let's do a test. Here we go. There's 25 markers. Okay. This counter here. We'll use this counter to do a test. Instead of showing us the value of whatever, we'll show it the number of markers. Okay. So it should show 25 right now. 26. 26? Wait, what? How are there 26? Am I creating one? I am. Okay. Whoopsie. Okay. 25. Good. So there's 25 markers. Now, as we move to the right, as soon as we hit the point where this goes too far off to the screen that it unloads, this number is not going to drop by 1, it's going to drop by 5, because that whole left row is on the same y-axis. 5 of the markers can get deleted at the same time. So we're going to go to the right, this number is going to become 20. Hasn't done it yet, but okay. It's safe here. Three. They didn't all get deleted? That's... Huh. I didn't expect that. I kind of expected them to work a little more, you know... Huh. Why 23? That is so weird. Why did those not get deleted? Okay, that's incredibly strange. I'm very confused. I'm incredibly confused. But we will figure this out. Okay, so he's at X position 320. This is 640. This is at 960. Are they 640 apart? I think so, because 960 minus 320 is 640. Hey Siri, what's 960 minus 320? It's going to be 640.
960 minus 326 is 634.
It didn't hear me correctly. Anyway, it's correct. Okay, so let's say if X position is less than 640, we bump it all the way to the right? Maybe? I need a debug function here for something. Okay. If I click on a marker, I want to add 1 to C, just so I can kind of give it an identity. That's not working. Get rid of this background, it's annoying. Right, that's not going to work because I'm doing this. Okay, that's 1. Okay, so I just want to see it pop to the other side and see its positioning. So if its positioning is less than 640, then we want to... I'm not sure where to put it. Do I want to put it at the border? Do I want to put it out here? That's the confusing part. That's the part that's getting me. If it's the border, then it's 3200. So let's just we just have to test. We just have to test. That's all we can do. 3200 is the border. So if X position is less than negative 640, well, we don't want to set it to that. We want to we want to add to it. Let's try adding 3200 to it and see what happens. Set X coordinate to current X coordinate plus 3200 and see what happens. don't think that's going to work. But let's see what happens. I am giving you... I'm leaving you with the value of 0. I'm assigning you the value of 1. You can be 2. Three. Okay, I'm going to keep walking to the right. If this worked correctly, then I should see the 0 cube come back. But I have my doubts that this worked correctly. We don't see the 0 cube. Okay, so something went wrong with the logic here. It's less than negative 640. Going plus 3200. Maybe 640 is like too late. Okay, I need to try something. Okay, for debugging purposes, we're going to get rid of everything except the first row, so I kind of know what the fuck is going on. So, if Y position is greater than 480, we're going to destroy it. Now we should just have 5. We have 5. Okay, so here's 0. 1. You see how that number went down? That means we didn't catch it. It's going off screen and it's getting deleted. So 640 might be too late. It might be getting deleted when it hits that point. Okay, so instead of negative 640, how about negative 320? Now I'm still just going to add 3200. I'm pretty sure adding 3200 at this point, this halfway point, means it's going to be misaligned. But I need to see if it's going to work in terms of saving the box. So 0. Make this guy 1. Let's see. Number hasn't gone down yet. That's good. 2. If the number has not gone down yet, so it's a good sign. Okay, so we're going to keep going to the right. I'm expecting to see the 0 cube come back, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be too close to the 4 cube. Let's see. It's not. It's the exact distance I want it to be. 0. Somehow I got the positioning right? Okay, I'm going to hit 3. And now I'm going in the other direction. No, I'm not going in the other direction because I don't have code set up to wrap it going in that direction. Which is, I guess, what we need to do now. We need to capture the wrap to the other side. By the way, I recognize that a lot of what I'm doing here doesn't make sense to a lot of you. Because you really can't follow this unless you're sitting here really getting into it. So I apologize for that, but it's... I guess I'm pretty glad that it's doing something close to what it's supposed to be doing. I don't know. Okay, so we need to just do the other side. So 3200 plus 320. Okay, so it's greater. Hey Siri, what's 3200 plus 320?
3,200 plus 320 is 3,520.
Okay. So I guess we'll do the opposite and subtract it. I have a feeling going in this direction I have the numbers wrong, but let's just see what happens. Okay. 0. 1. 2. You've watched hours of me work on this and you still don't get click and play and you develop for a living. That's fair. Click and play is not exactly the most intuitive thing if you didn't grow up with it. Okay, 4. So now we should wrap back around to 0. Okay, I'm going to walk until I see square 3, and then I'm going in the opposite direction. RC square 3. I'm reversing. 3. Nope. It got fucked. Zero. It seems to be off by half a screen. It pops in there. Which is actually the correct position, but it's like popping in too late? You know what? I want a sound to play. Okay, so the correct direction, I'm gonna have it play chicken. And the direction we're having trouble with, I'm gonna have it play No. Sure, brown. Okay. So, moving to the right, we're gonna hear chicken. I have sounds disabled. So we're not hearing shit. Okay.
Chicken. Chicken.
Yep. Right when it passes over Bubba, we hear chicken.
Chicken. Chicken.
Now, if we go in the other direction, we're gonna hear the sound probably at the wrong time. Interesting. I wonder... Are we just doing it too late? 3200x. We're checking if the x position is greater than 3200 plus 320. But what if that's wrong? What if we need to check for the full 640? Hey Siri, what's 3200 plus 640?
3,200 plus 640 is 3,840.
This is a shot in the dark. I did no logical thinking to figure out if that's right. 0? I should really just set these to their number at the start of the frame instead of forcing me to click on them. 2.
Chicken. Chicken.
Okay.
Chicken.
This direction works.
Chicken.
We're gonna go until we hit 3 again, then going in the other direction to see what happens.
Chicken.
I lied, we're turning now. Okay. Okay, 640 doesn't seem right. But I notice it's popping up at the edge of the screen. Is it just straight up 3200 we need? Like, just the edge of the screen?
Chicken. 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 Chicken.
Okay, turning now. That seems to be working. Okay, my new... Okay, even though this looks correct, my new concern is that it's literally instantly popping to the very edge of the screen, which works fine for these little 32 by 32 test blocks. But if this is going to end up being a full 640 by 480 image on each of these guys, then that's not going to work. So I'm going to set Bubba to the front. I'm going to save. I'm going to adjust the test images, at least for the first 5, just so we can actually see what's going on here. So hold on. Let me get... It's not going to let me just copy this, because life is pain. Okay, fine. Do it the hard way. Okay, so right here. Number 0. Okay, I really just need to see the frame. It doesn't need to be filled in, I just need to see a frame. Let's do like this. One, 2, 3, 4, like that. Just so I have a visual, you know? So I can see what the alignment is. Oh, damn it. Can I just, like, select this whole thing? That would be great. I think I have most of it. Come on, just get to the corner. Get it to the corner. Like, the collision of the mouse is weird, where it doesn't let you go all the way to the corner. I sort of have it. That seems wrong. I know I'm being finicky about the size of the fucking, 2, 3, 4. The size of the border here, but just let me be finicky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is 4. Alright. Whoa! Didn't even see that. It's important to have a good visual of what the fuck you're doing with this sort of thing. That's all. That's all this is. If I don't have the visual, it's like 10 million times harder to debug. And this visual is gonna help me, so I can see the size of what we're doing. Okay, another one. Like that. Alright, and then we fill this out. Yeah. Okay. And if this just allowed me to do fucking, you know, select all, this would not be anywhere near as difficult as this is. come on. There we go. Okay. Make sure I get the size correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Alright. I just really need the visual to help me understand what I'm doing. That's all this is. If I don't have this visual, it's going to be a lot harder for me to just make sure I'm doing everything correctly. So it's worth the time just to get the visual correct. Alright. Then fucking 480, really? Alright. Oh, I wish it would just let me select all. It would be so easy if it would just let me select all. Oh, not like that, you fuck. No. Okay. This shit down the middle, almost aligned. Ah! God damn it. It's fucking mouse. Alright, there. And get the rest of this. Alright, let's make sure we get the bottom right. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Almost. Oh. And I see the end. Okay. The hotspot gets positioned at the center. Okay. Good. Zero. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that'll get us where we need to for the initial debugging we're doing right now. Good. So now we see the frames like this. Okay. This is more what those markers are going to be in the game. Instead of like just a test pattern, it's going to be the actual stage that we see. I'm going to move to the right. Right, the identifiers. Okay, and actually at this point I'm tired of clicking to get the identifiers. Let's have them do it automatically. So, start of the frame. Oh man, I have to recreate the fucking logic I deleted. That's fine. Okay, start a level. We're gonna set value A to X position divided by 640. Value B to Y position divided by 480. Then the value C, we're gonna set to value B times 5. Is it plus or minus? Plus. Plus value A. And this might not work if I have it here on the start of the level. I might have to put it like right below it, but we'll see what happens. Zero. Oh, hold on. It's loading. Again, the stutter from loading. And the loading stutter. Okay. 0, 1. Are they all going to be set correctly to their number?
Chicken.
They are. Okay, good. 2.
Chicken.
Bubba needs to be brought to the front. Hold on. Is he not in the front? Bit weird.
Chicken.
Huh. The ordering's kind of fucked up here. I'll look at that later.
Chicken. Chicken.
Okay, so I'm interested to see if when 0 pops on screen, if it pops up immediately, or if it's gonna, like, pop up when we're halfway through.
Chicken.
Immediately. Okay, that's good. I was worried that it wasn't gonna link up immediately. So let's get up to 3, and then we're gonna turn around.
Chicken.
I am concerned that Bubba is not appearing in front of everything. That means the ordering is getting fucked up, which is not great.
Chicken.
Okay, turning around. Ah! See how it blinks in? That means it's happening too late. It blinks into existence when we're halfway through. So we needed to actually move a little earlier. And I am still concerned about this new thing we're seeing with the fucking ordering. But we can potentially work around that, but it's going to be annoying. Okay. We need it to happen half a screen earlier. Minus 320. Hey Siri, what's 3's? Ugh, never mind.
Okay, I found this on the web for what's 3 never mind. Check it out.
Siri, I'm gonna ignore that. What's 3,200 minus 320?
3,200 minus 320 is 2,880.
I have my doubts this is gonna work just by changing that. Let's see what happens. Loading jitters. Give it a few moments. Here.
Chicken. Chicken. Chicken.
Turning around. I want to keep going. I'm not going to call it good yet. I want to keep going. Wow, that just fixed it, huh? Well, that's good, I guess. I didn't expect it to work right away like that. We have up and down as well, but we deleted all the other grids just because we're testing this right now. Interesting. I am a bit concerned about the ordering, though, because here's the thing. All these objects exist All these objects, they exist already. We pre-created them. They're here. And we've set Bubba here to be to the front. But it seems like for some reason, I don't know why, it's probably a bug. As they're getting positioned to the other side of the screen, their priority, their view priority is getting set above Bubba. That's a problem. Actually, that's a problem for more reasons than you'd think. Because Bubba needs to always be in front of these. But not only does Bubba always have to be in front of these, any other object that you're going to want to be visible has to be in front of them. Including the HUD, the collectibles, the enemies. And the annoying thing about Click and Play is there is no fucking action you can apply to change their order, to send them to the front or to the back. The Games Factory has that. You can set an object to be to the front in an event, but Click and Play doesn't have that. That's a problem. I guess theoretically you can get around that by deleting and recreating the object that you want to be in front of everything. But that's gonna get in the way of animations, and if we have to do that for all of the collectibles and shit, then that's gonna be really annoying and problematic. So this is actually a very unexpected issue, to be quite frank, because this should not be happening. Like, this really should not be happening. There's always a stutter when we start the frame and we have large objects. Okay, we're back. Yeah. See? We move to the left. It's the object that got repositioned. For some reason, Click and Play is insisting that these repositioned objects are getting priority. Let me try something. If I click, I want to play a sound, first of all. Then I want to set Bubba's position to his X position to where he already is, 320. Which should do nothing because he's already there. I was trying to do that initially, Jags Tom, but I couldn't work out the math in my head.
Chicken.
Oh, okay, we have something here. Why is he being repositioned? I know why he's being repositioned. I'm applying it to the wrong Bubba. I'm applying it to actual Bubba, not to visual Bubba, so hold on. We don't have something. Damn it, I thought we had something. I was about to say, it seems like when you reposition an object that it gets moved to the front, but that's not the case, because I'm doing that right now with fake Bubba, and he's not getting repositioned. I was hoping we could just reposition him to his current position, and that would bring him to the front, but that's not working. Oh, that's so annoying. I'm gonna try something else. Okay, what if we set his X position to 3200, which is way off in the corner? Well, right now all that's gonna do is get rid of him. But what if I set him over there and then immediately set it back to 320? I can't do it in the same frame. Damn it! What if we do it in always? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws at this point because this is kind of an issue. Because this is gonna ruin the whole thing with using these active objects as background. Okay, we're in the back. I'm gonna click. It seems if we move him way off screen, and then bring him back, he does get set in front. He blinks, but that is also because we're doing it over 2 frames. What if I do it in 1 frame? Let me try this. Okay, so in this frame, first his exposition gets set to 3200, then it gets set to 320. Let's see what happens. No. It seems like it has to happen. Oh boy. This is an issue. This is a serious issue. Chuko, be quiet. What if we have... If we make it automatic, then he's gonna be, like, blinking. No, he's gonna be invisible, actually. And that makes sense. Oh man, this is a problem. Like, it's vital that Bubba remains visible in front of these frames we have set up, because otherwise we can't use them as the background. Like, that's kind of extremely vital. This is not a good bug. This is a bad bug. Oh, this is really bad. My assumption is that since the object is out of the visible area, or far enough out of the visible area, that moving it back in more or less makes Click and Play kind of reinitialize it, which for some reason makes it set its draw order to the very front. This is... Out of all the things that I thought was going to get in the way of this working, I did not even consider that this would be something, because I had no idea this was a bug in Click and Play. This is bad.
Chicken.
This is really bad.
Chicken. Holy
Oh, save. Yes, save. Please save.
cow.
Okay, so... This doesn't help at all for me to check, but I want to check if the same bug exists in the Games Factory. It doesn't matter if it does or it doesn't, because we're not using the Games Factory, but still, I for my own brain, I want to check. Hold on. It's... Okay, it took a second to load. I think I have sounds off. But check it out. The bug doesn't exist. Bubba is correctly ordered in front of the background objects in the Games Factory. That confirms that this is a bug. It's a bug in the Games Factory that Click Team patched It's a bug in Click and Play that Click Team patched in the next iteration in the Games Factory. Shit. 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 If we don't have a way to either, through events, force those background markers into the background, or force Bubba and all the other foreground objects like collectibles and the HUD, etc., into the foreground without a blink, if we don't have a way to do that through events, then we're a little bit fucked. I am... Oh boy, I'm not happy about this. This is a serious problem. Like, this fucks everything. I'm glad that we know about it, but now what do we do? This is seriously an issue. God damn it. Now, the dividing gives me whole numbers. There's no float. That's not... Not a concern right now. My concern right now is the fact that we can't change the ordering of these objects, and this bug is fucking up the ordering really badly. Damn. Oops, no, not the step-through editor, motherfucker. Well, thankfully, we literally just saved, so we can just close it and go back in. Yeah, I'm deeply concerned now because this is a major thing. Get the array position. Yeah, we're kind of doing something like that already for the numbers. If you see the numbers in the top left corner of each of these screens, that's what we're doing to get those. Shit, this ordering. God damn it. I don't know what we can do about this. Because, like, in the actual stage, these backgrounds are not going to be these crosshair window paints. They're going to be full backgrounds, like, you know, the floor, the walls, and everything. And if Bubba is invisible through them, then he doesn't exist. Oh, damn it. It's so frustrating because we figured so much out today, only to run into a stupid bug that we don't have much recourse for. Because I can technically bring Bubba to the front by moving him way off screen and then putting him back in the center. But it has to happen over more than one frame, because if you just stick it in the same frame, it doesn't do it. And that means he blinks for a frame. That's not good. It's not acceptable. And even if it was acceptable, even if we deemed it acceptable for Bubba to blink for 1 frame, that also means all the other objects displaying in front of the background would have to blink for 1 frame, including the HUD, any collectibles, and any objects you interact with in the stage would all have to blink for 1 frame, which is not okay. And I don't know what we can do about this. That is so frustrating. Oh, this is so frustrating. Because I genuinely don't know what we can do about this. There might be nothing we can do about this. The whole idea might be fucked because of this stupid bug.
Goodbye, stupid. We've had a lot of fun on your crappy computer. Please don't ever come back.
This stupid bug that we know is a bug because we literally just saw that they patched it in the Games Factory. Which means Click and Play either became aware of the bug, or in whatever refactoring they did to the code to make, scrolling work, they fixed the bug accidentally. Shit. It could theoretically be less of an issue for off-screen objects, but we would have to put in a lot of code to make them do their blink. What an unfair problem to have. What a really unfair problem to have. I don't know. Like, I'd say I need to think about it, about how we're going to approach it, but I don't know if there is a way to approach it and fix it. Genuinely don't. Stinky. I don't know. Because I'm going to sit here like next week to work on this again. And be staring that problem down. Right in the face. With no idea of how to approach it. No idea. And it's like a major problem because the whole thing working depends on us being able to use this as a backdrop. I don't know. But we're just gonna have to tinker with it next week, because I don't know. Genuinely don't know. It's awful. It's genuinely awful. Anyway, that's all we can do today. I don't have the time or brain power to figure something out that's gonna fix that. Hopefully I come up with something in the course of a week. Anyway, I'm gonna turn the stream off. Thanks for watching. At least 98% of today's stream was productive until the end when we hit that show-stopping bug. So. Anyway, so long as nothing gets in the way, the plan is to do the usual stuff at the usual times. So I'll see you for that.